Shalom. It's the brother Ishar from GMS Mississippi Gulf Coast. Before I get started, I just want to give an infinite honor and glory and praises to the Most High and His Son, YAHAWAH, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth with our faith and our righteousness and our sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. All right, and it's just a let's do the Rakakwadash, man, going into, man, be a man at the end of the day, man. All right, be a man if YAHAWASHI at the end of the day, man. And it comes with loving the Lord with all thy heart, love your neighbor, your brothers as thyself. That comes with having integrity. That comes with acknowledging, all right, admitting to your wrongs, and that comes with taking accountability. Not just admitting to your wrongs, but also doing something about it to fix it, to resolve it. Okay, that comes with examination, man. Okay, growth. Okay. So with that, I want to start with 1 Kings 2:1, and I'm gonna go the 2. It says, as the time as David's death approached, he gave this charge to his son Solomon. It says, I am going to where everyone on earth must someday go. Take courage, which courage goes into integrity, and be a man. All right. So imagine this is your last message to your son, man. You meant that. You mean that. And that was a something that was needed to be said, man. When it's your last message to your son. Okay? So it's important, right? It's an important message. So he told his son to be a man. Okay? And we must do the same through the spirit of prophet YAHAWASHI. Be men. All right? This is 1 Corinthians 13:11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Right, man? So, look at it in the spirit. When you was in the world, you thought worldly. You spoke worldly. Okay? You understood worldly. Okay? But guess what? When you got into this truth, man, all that's supposed to change. Okay? When you come into this truth, you are a representation of YAHAWASHI. So you put away these old ways that you have, these worldly ways that you have, these emotional ways that you have, man, these feminine ways that you have, man, which is, it's quite frankly, childish. Okay? You put them away. And you continue, you evolve into that new man. You evolve into that man of YAHAWASHI. Okay? And you continue growing, being that man for YAHAWASHI. That's what you do in this truth. You don't hold on to something that meant you no good in the first place. But see, you're supposed to be maturing. Okay? You're supposed to be maturing, man. You're not supposed to still have messed up ways, effed up ways about yourself, man. Okay? At some point, you have to change your ways for the better. All right, and that's part of being that man. See, a man don't mind change, man, when it's to his betterment. Okay? A man don't care. A man don't care about change, man, when it's better in the body, better in those that's around him. See what I'm saying? A man care about being that example. Just like our big brother YAHAWASHI was that example. Okay? Everything he did was for what? The flock, man. Jake, man. Okay? So it's not about how you think or how you feel. It's not always about you. That's a childish mentality to have. That's a worldly mentality to have, man. Okay? And I'm just speaking through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? This was just a lesson the Lord put on my spirit to attack. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. You know? YAHAWASHI. Because this is something, hey, man, it needs to be talked about, you know? Whatever the Lord put on a brother's spirit to talk about, it needs to be talked about. All right? But make sure you're applying this, though. Okay? And I typed in on Google just to get an AI overview. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, if it helps the ministry, it helps the ministry. You know what I'm saying? And it does. I said difference, boy and man. It corrected me, but it ain't what I typed. I said a difference between a boy and a man. And this is what it gave me. It said a boy is a young child or a adolescent, it's like if I butchered it, while a man is an adult male. It says with the key difference being maturity, responsibility, character, not just age. Boys often focus on interest, immediate pleasure, lack of discipline, whereas men take accountability, serve others. See, like I was saying, man, being that example. Okay, not just thinking about yourself, but thinking about others, man. Okay, show integrity and commit growth, purpose, and providing themselves and their family. Okay, not just me, man. Okay, but focusing on the bigger picture, right? That's what a man does. All right, and it got the characteristics, just real quick. This is a boy. This is a boy characteristic, man. Okay, this is a worldly characteristic to have. Okay, and it's truth in this thing of ours. It says, and if this is you, you need to be adjusting. You need to be fixing that. Okay, or else, man. The Lord ain't finna be playing this shit, man. It says focus. There's a boy characteristic. It says focus, seeking pleasure, validation, and immediate gratification. Okay. Just for that feel, that high. Validate. Want to be noticed. Want to be the center of attention, man. See, that's a boy mentality. Okay. It says responsibility. Avoids hard work, makes excuses, blames others, and isn't consistent with words or actions. Okay. Ain't applying nothing. Ain't doing nothing. Ain't putting forth no work for YAHAWASHI, but I have an excuse. Want to point the finger at somebody. See, not taking accountability, man. This is contrary to accountability, man. Okay? And that's a boy mentality. It says emotional response, acts impulsively, complains, and may react outwardly to pain or difficulty. Okay? Just reacting irrationally, emotionally, man. Okay? When they going through, you might be going through something, man. You ain't got to sit over here and make everybody the problem, allow everybody to feel what you feel, man. Okay? See, that goes into enduring, man. All right? Being mindful of others. Not affecting others because you're going through something. See? That's a boy mentality, man. It says interpersonal, may be possessive, play games or fun, or run from serious conversations. When the beloved brother Yaitis I put in the chat, Elder Ayala has said, man, having those was going into having those Salakia, I believe uncomfortable conversations. You gotta have that, man. Don't run from a conversation, man. All right, men don't run from things that needs to be talked about and said, man. You see what I'm saying? And it says what may be possessive, play games. You know what I'm saying? Men don't play games. Okay? It says man characteristic behavior. It says focus, pursuing purpose, contribution, and long-term vision. Okay? And what the scripture say, keep our eyes single. Focus on what is important, man. That's the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, that's doing this work for YAHAWASHI, man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, our whole duty. That's pursuing and fulfilling our whole duty, man. That's what a man does. A man of YAHAWASHI does. Okay? It says takes ownership, follows through on commitments. Okay, so it says takes ownership, takes accountability. If he right or he wrong, not just when he right, when he wrong too. That's my fault. Salakia. That's what a man of YAHAWASHI does. Okay? It says follows through on commitments. Okay? Being a man of his word. Making sure his word is bond. To the best of his ability. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But a man is still, my fault. I know I said this time I was going to, get on the live. I know I said, I forgot to tell you, man, this pop. Taking accountability. All right, but but also when you speak to some, man, make sure you come through, man. Stuff happens, but let it be far in between, man. Okay, because we got to be a man of our word at the end of the day, man. Okay, so we can be forth that example to others. Okay, it says and provides for self and family. All right. Also handling your business. That's what a man does. Handle their business. It's okay, we fall short, struggle, whatever, but handling your business, that's a man thing, man. Okay? And true men of YAHAWASHI, they get their daily, handle their business, man. It says emotional response manages emotions, communicates maturely. All right? Manages your emotions, communicate maturely. Not just responding all emotional and all aggressively, knowing how to approach situations, man. That's what a man does. That's what a man of YAHAWASHI does. You see? It says, and endures hardship with discipline. Okay? And what is this discipline? This wisdom and knowledge. The scriptures. The understanding, the truth. Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. So that's how we are able. That's how true men of YAHAWASHI are able to endure things, man, when it comes their way. Okay. It says interpersonal, protective, honest, serves others, and builds integrity. Right, man. Hey, man, you got brothers that are camp heads, elders, man, but they'll still be humble. That's the thing of being humble, man. No matter your position, still serve one another. You see what I'm saying? It's ranking order, of course, but still having that humility about yourself, man. That's what men do. Okay? And it says honest, serves others, builds integrity, man. And brothers help one another, man. Build one another, man. Okay, what the scripture say? Iron sharpened of iron. So is a man that sharpened the countenance of his friends. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what men do, man. Not sit over there and watch a brother fall, man. Watch a brother go off, man. What the Leviticus 19 and 17? You're not supposed to do that. True men of YAHAWASHI do not do that, man. Not supposed to. You see? This is Psalms 32 and 5. It says, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. This is King David speaking. It says, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, Yahawah, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. All right? That acknowledgement. Okay? That's what men do. It's not King David, a man of YAHAWASHI. Okay? He was able to acknowledge his transgression and put forth effort to make things right, man. So, hey, King David was a man after his own heart, man. After the Most High, So King David, man, he showed integrity. He showed forth. I make a mistake, but I'm gonna do better. You see, that's what men do, and the Lord smiles upon that, man. That's how he was forgiven. Okay, not just talking about it, being about it. And that's what men do. It says, for this shall everyone that is godly, true man of the Lord, pray unto thee in a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters, they shall not come nigh unto him. All right. So being a man, taking forth that initiative to acknowledge, all right, take accountability, do something about it. All right. First and foremost, repenting, okay? But also, taking, acknowledging and taking accountability, man. Showing forth that integrity, showing forth a man of YAHAWASHI, man. Trouble don't come. Trouble won't come to you, man. Okay? Because the Lord, hey, man, the Lord expects you to be a man at the end of the day. You know? And I looked up something else. I said acknowledgement and accountability. It says acknowledgement is recognizing or admitting a fact, feeling, or situation. Okay, so recognizing, it goes into that, examining, you're examining, you know what I'm saying? And you're recognizing things, you're admitting where you went wrong, what you did wrong, right? And it says, I see the problem. Boom, there it is. That goes into that examination, man. Okay? What's required of you in this thing is to examine. Okay? Or it says, while accountability is taking ownership of it to resolve it. Here's what I'll do to fix it. Yeah. Okay? So, hey, man, be a man at the end of the day, man. Okay? Be a man of YAHAWASHI at the end of the day, man. We must. All right? And with that, I just want to close out and give an infinite honor and glory and praise to the Most High and the Son, YAHAWAH, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say shalom.